All right, well let's talk about a quick bit of news here.
Here's the news.
That's been the first time in a long time I've played that clip, and that just brings me so much joy. All right, so the news this week: Jim Harbaugh is in hot water yet again.
That is not what
For
I wrote, Wes.
He is a
You
big
tell
fat
the
cheater,
you,
is what Matt
yes,
says.
yes. Old Khaki Pants is a big fat cheater. Every Michigan fan just reported our page for everything. I
Yeah,
stand by what I
exactly.
said. What I said.
I'm not going to be able to post anything else because our page is just going to be
No,
on lockdown.
it's going to just be
Um,
an absolute mess of. This is what happens when Jesse's not here. This is the result. It's your fault, Jesse. You should have been here.
so let's talk about it for real. Like, so this is obviously he's been accused of sign stealing. And the question is that a big deal? Is this outside the norm? Is this like, does this not happen? Do other schools not do this? Like, why is this a big deal that Jim Harbaugh and Michigan are doing it?
Well, I think the big thing that most people are taking out of this is the fact that he got caught doing it, which
Yeah.
shows, that this is kind of suspicious. Harbaugh has done a lot of things to kind of get himself on the NCAA's radar over the last couple of years, and I think this is one more thing in that column that just makes him look again worse. Is it a big deal? Is it technically illegal? I don't think so, but it's just a very bad look. As Jesse would say, the optics are not good. It reeks of desperation. It reeks of what's the word I'm looking for? Bad sportsmanship. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And yes, it may not technically be illegal. But when you're trying to steal signs, that almost tells me that you don't have confidence in your game plan to be able to pull off what you want to pull off.
I think some of it is illegal in terms of, I think, was it some of the equipment that they use, some of the video equipment that they used. I don't know. I read something about that where there is a potential that some of it is actually against regulations, and
Really?
it's not just a bad look. Like, it could legitimately be like something that they could be punished for.
Well, I mean, it very well may be. And if the NCAA decides to come down on Michigan with both feet, then they very well may do that. But I just I don't know if they're going to actually pursue that or not. And again, I don't know the details, but I just know that it doesn't look good.
Have you noticed how most coaches have reacted to it, though? Most of
Had
them are
they?
very chill and not
It's
jumping
probably because
right
everybody
in.
else does it.
I know. I'm thinking it's kind of one of those things where as I judge, I'm going to be judged type of thing. I feel like a lot of them have that kind of attitude.
It makes me
Um,
wonder if Kirby and Nick have done something similar.
well, and I can't remember who said it. I saw a quote where, you could, one of the coaches said, you could give them the whole playbook, but they still got to stop you,
That's
right?
true.
So,
And
you
when we
know,
said that before we got on the air today, we were like, well, does that really is it that much more different than just watching tape?
right,
Because I mean, you're going to watch tape, you know what the signals are going to look like.
right.
The only way you're really breaking, like, if you're being like extra dubious about it, is if you're sitting right behind their bench, hearing the auditory cues as
Right.
well with the sound. I don't know, man. It's a mess. It just again, Jim Harbaugh seems to stumble from embarrassment to embarrassment with that program. He just can't get a leg up, and he can't get out of his own way.
Well, this might be another one of those cases where if you're already in the spotlight for, something bad, you probably
Yeah,
want to be on your best behavior.
not
So
Jim. Jim does not care.
maybe even if it's not, some of this stuff isn't technically illegal, maybe we just sort of dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But not
I
Jim.
saw some. I saw something earlier today that was talking about how apparently this particular little thing ended up in the hands of some Carolina coaches before Tennessee and Carolina played each other last year. And
Oh,
Tennessee's offense was lights out against everybody until the Carolina game. So
okay.
that kind of makes me wonder. And granted, that's probably all conjecture, or as some people say, fake news. But again, it does kind of ask the question: is this legit? Can you do this? Is that okay? And we don't really have a good answer. And Wes really liked that impression.
I mean, I love
China.
anytime there's impressions on the show, I love it. So, all right. Well, okay. That is obviously there's something's going to be in the news. a lot more, probably. I don't see that one going away anytime soon. Investigations and all
You
that
you
will
better
be,
you better believe every Ohio State fan in the
no
on the
doubt.
planet is sending an email to a senator, a representative. Hey, you need to go look at Jim Harbaugh and his cheating ways. Like I
Yeah,
guarantee that's happening.
no doubt. I have no doubt that that's happening. So